Hello, I'm Ed Marsh. This is Signals from the OP, my bi-weekly video series that provides early warning of important industrial sales and manufacturing marketing topics for owners and leaders in industrial manufacturing firms. Please check out the full playlist and share this video with others who you think might find value. Let's talk about root cause analysis. This is a topic that I'm sure is second nature for most of the folks watching. Long ago, when there was a quality problem at the end of the manufacturing line, companies would just add another customer service rep to handle warranty issues, or maybe add another QC check at the point of pack-off. But Deming taught the folly of that approach. He helped companies understand that if you have a repeatable process with built-in consistency, then you can systematically walk back through a line to understand the root cause of any emerging quality problem. So let's compare that to sales. One of my consistent refrains is that if manufacturers can adapt the mindset of quality, process engineering, and consistent measurement that they've applied to production, and now apply it to marketing and sales, that they have a huge opportunity for revenue growth, and this is a good example. So, what are the end-of-line quality defect analogs, if you will, in B2B industrial sales? Well, think of things like discounting, consistent competitive losses, deals that just disappear with no decision, excessive quoting, and inaccurate forecasts. My guess is that everyone watching wrestles with each of these, and so sensible CEOs and senior execs will often try to diagnose the problems, and they'll think that it's something like weakness in negotiation or closing skills. So they'll sign up for a session on negotiation training for the team, for instance, turn their attention to other pressing issues, and nothing much changes. It's just like hiring another customer service rep to field quality complaints. Yes, you address the symptom, but you don't solve the problem. But what if we backed up and took a Deming approach to the sales function, looking for root causes? We might find some impactful and actionable information. For instance, perhaps the products and pricing aren't appropriate for the market you're targeting. Maybe the sales team is hesitant to have in-depth conversations about budgets, nervous to ask where the money's coming from, what else will be neglected to ensure that this project's done, who strokes the check, and what happened last time they requested capital of this magnitude. Or perhaps certain salespeople are so concerned about annoying a prospect with challenging questions that they refuse to dig deep into business implications to really uncover a prospect's compelling reasons to buy. And perhaps the way they make major purchases themselves cause them to empathize with prospects who research and delay, who request resource-consuming detailed quotes long before they're appropriate in either the buying journey or sales process. The point is that by the time a deal dies, or the 7th version of the quote is issued, or a heated negotiation generates a plea that sounds like, "I'm afraid if we don't discount 17%, we're going to lose the deal," there's always a root cause lurking somewhere. Could be a gap in sales competence, mindset, training, coaching, or execution. And very, very occasionally, it could be a gap in product market fit. Regardless, it's time to fix the revenue growth challenge the same way we fix production. So let's identify the root cause and fix it there. Okay. The question is how? And the answer is simple, but as the saying goes, not easy. There are 4 required steps. Number 1, we have to use empirical, predictably accurate tools to diagnose the problems. And in this case, that means a Salesforce evaluation that looks at all phases of individual and organizational sales function. Number 2, we have to effectively digest the resulting information to diagnose the root causes and develop an action plan to address them. Number 3, we have to train and improve. That means individualized and aggregate sales training that can be optimized based on the insights from the evaluation. Sales leadership and management best practices can be introduced, individual reps can be developed, and organizational improvements can be made, like a sales process and methodology. And then 4th, we have to upgrade the team. Each team member is going to have a choice to make whether they will embrace the insights, training, and coaching to optimize their performance or not. And if they refuse, they need to be replaced with talent that's assessed using similar criteria during the hiring process. Now, if they try but they're incapable, then the company should help them to find an internal or maybe even an external role that's better suited for their strengths. So this is simple because we can accurately measure everything involved, just like in production. We can measure the performance gaps, the coaching effectiveness, the sales activities, and the improvement in competencies, pipeline, and revenue. And we can easily prescribe certain training and organizational improvement to correct shortcomings. But of course, it's not easy because many organizations lack the will to change. They lack a culture of accountability. The sales team is accustomed to operating without engineered process, and management is often a product of the same environment, but in a vastly different market conditions back when this approach used to work. But here's the bottom line. We don't have to just accept sales problems. We used to assume that we needed to just deal with some percentage of production defects, and then we got serious. It's time to do the same with sales. The tools, processes, methodologies, and systems are available to help optimize your current team and replace non-performers with stronger candidates. I'm Ed Marsh. If you found value in this episode of Signals from the OP, check out the full playlist and maybe even like it, share it, and subscribe, either to my YouTube channel, edmarshspeaks.tv, or at the related blog signalsfromtheop.com.